Welcome back, everyone. In this lecture, let us see the definition of a structure and let's see how to define a structure. Okay, as we already discussed that what is the definition of a structure? Structure is nothing but a collection of logically related heterogeneous data elements grouped under a single name, right? So this we already discussed. Since it is a user-defined data type, okay, so to define a structure, we will be taking the help of a keyword struct. Okay, so already this we have studied in the list of keywords. Okay, so the keyword that we will be using is struct to define a structure. Let us see the syntax. So here you can see we are starting with the keyword struct followed by name of the structure, and under this data type 1 variable 1, data type 2 variable 2, data type 3 variable 3. So here these data type 1, 2, 3. So all are heterogeneous. Okay. So in some applications, we require them to be homogeneous. That is also fine. But in most of the applications, the basic purpose of a structure is to store heterogeneous collection of data elements under a single name. Okay. So data type 1 can be different data type 2 can be some different, data type 3 can be different. Let's see an example. Let us see the example that we discussed, storing the information of a student. Okay. So we will be, as usual, we will be starting with the keyword struct, excuse me. We will be starting with the keyword struct followed by name of the structure. Always this naming convention we need to follow the rules that we apply while naming a variable. The same naming convention only here also we will follow. You can give any name of your choice. Okay. But the basic rules it should follow, like it should not start with a number. It should start with a character or underscore. No white spaces are allowed. No special symbols are allowed. All these conventions it has to follow. Okay. So here you can see we declared a structure student. Okay. We defined a structure student. Under this, the fields, the first data type 1 is of character data type. Okay. So here I want to store name. So which is a string, or you can treat it as a character array of size 30. Then I want to store the marks of 5 different subjects. Okay. So I'm taking the marks as an integer value, int marks of 5. Okay, so this I'm taking as an array. Otherwise, simply if you want to read only one subject mass, you can take it as int marks or int total. Okay, then I want to also store the percentage of the student. So it is float percentage. So here the things that you need to observe is we have used a keyword struct, and then we have used a name for the structure. So now my user defined data type is student. The name of my user defined data type is student, which is of type structure. So now let us see the structure type declaration. So there are two different styles in which we can declare a structure. The first one is a tagged structure. Okay, so far whatever syntax we have seen, that will come under tagged structure. So that means here we will be using the keyword struct followed by a tag name we will use, and then inside these curly braces we will be giving a set of fields. Okay, so this field list we will also call as members of a structure. Okay, all the variables that we are declaring inside this structure, we can call it as members of the structure. The technical word is members, and end it with a semicolon. Okay, so the example, for example, if I want to store the first name, last name, and age of a student. So let's declare a structure for that using this tagged structure, which is struct student. Under this, char first name of 20, char last name of 20, int age. Okay, so this C is a small case letter. Char is the basic data type that we are using. Now here, if you see, I have declared two variables S1 and S2, which are of type this student, our user defined data type student, which is of type structure. Okay, so how to declare a variable of type structure? So already you are familiar with how to declare a variable of integer type, right? I will be declaring it as int a. So here int is my data type. So now here what is my user defined data type? It is struct student. Name of my user defined data type is student. And before to this, I have to use this keyword struct also in the tagged structure. So name of my user defined data type is student. Along with this, since I am using the tagged structure, I have to use the keyword struct also. So I should give it as struct student and then give the name of the variables. Let it be S1, S2, or let it be AB, or let it be XY, whatever variable you want, you can select appropriately. This is the tagged structure. Now let us see the second one, which is type defined structure. Okay, so in this type defined structure, as the name says, so by default, I want to say that a particular structure, whenever I'm giving a user defined name to a structure, I want to say that it is of structure type. I'm defining its type as a structure. So then I have to add one more extra keyword, which is type def. Okay, so for this type defined, I'm using the keyword type def, and then to say it as a structure, I'm using the keyword struct. Okay, type def struct, and inside these curly braces, you can give a field list or the set of members you can give, and then the type. So this type is nothing but the name of the structure, and close it with the semicolon. Okay, so always a structure should be ended with a semicolon. Otherwise, you will be getting a syntax error. Let's see one example under this. Let us use the same student structure and I'll show you how to modify it using tagged structure. Okay, here we have to use, instead of saying struct student, what I should use? I should use type def struct, and inside that I have to use all these field list. For then before this semicolon, I have to give the name of the structure. So here you can see I have used the keyword type def, then I have used the keyword struct, and then I have given the set of fields that I require, and then I have given the name of the structure, then I closed it with a semicolon. And here you can see I have not used the keyword structure. I have just used only the name of the structure student. Why I'm using only the name? Because I'm saying that the type of this structure student, okay, the type of the student is defined as a structure using this type def keyword. So giving that struct keyword is optional. Simply I can use the name of the structure, similar to how you will declare int a. In the same way, here student is my user defined data type, and then I'm declaring the variables of this. So in place of S1 and S2, if you want, you can use X, Y, A, B, or anything of your choice. Okay. So this is the usage of type def keyword. So hope you have understood how to define a structure and how to define structure using a tagged structure and type defined structure. If you have any queries, please let me know in the chat section, comment sections.